with the isolation, putting people in the middle of nowhere, it can't continue to go on because they will stop at nothing to keep this running.
We're living in different decades, for one.
You don't cross those lines.
He ruined whatever good reputation he had. He sounded like he had some kind of a decent reputation at one point.
No, we don't want any of this. We
No.
never wanted any of this.
Where do you think this whole thing is going? The woman that's behind the whole operation, she's not the one attacking your family. It's the YouTuber guy. Where is
They're
she?
kinda going
Where is she
through
in all of this?
Well, she kind of is too. They basically use him as a third party, and he'll just go himself and talk to him, say horrible things to us.
Yeah.
And but it's always on their behalf is how he puts it, the way he words it, the way he says things. So
he'll say that they're doing
and
research.
then they'll say, yeah, they're looking into you, and they're not gonna let up, and blah blah blah, and
okay, so she's kind of like
the stalking.
He's using her as like,
or she's using him. Basically,
they're using each other.
Yeah,
for lack of a better term, how do they say that? The royal we, that like we are talking about this, and she is in charge, but we are talking on her behalf.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
basically, to try to not incriminate her, she's creating a little bit of insulation.
Yeah.
So
like an extra.
So you're sure that she's aware of this whole situation?
Oh God.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, we've been in court with her. She's the one that pressed the charges on.
She's aware.
And just for the record, I mean, we're talking about this stuff in general to help people that encounter stuff like this. Just for the record, there is no stalking. For instance,
no,
we have we never set foot on their property. Okay, we've never set foot on their property.
Ronnie admits that on video.
Yeah, he talks about that. They've never even been here. How can they know what we're doing?
Yeah.
We have never called them.
Never
texted them.
No.
Never contacted anyone who's a current member of Hope Village.
Never sent anyone to talk to them either. Had third-party contact ever.
Only made videos interviewing someone who had been victimized by them, had stuff stolen from them. Only gave them a voice. We never even, till the other day, and it was absolutely necessary, never even commented on a video of theirs online.
No.
We have never done anything that's actual stalking. We have done the bare minimum of investigation from afar, because people contact us and tell us things and say, please help us.
Yeah.
That's the extent of it. And so things start connecting over time, and you start seeing a bigger picture on it. And it is a dangerous thing because, like I said, there's people being exploited there.
They're capable of just about anything. If they're gonna have somebody say stuff about your children, then they're capable of anything. So I wouldn't put anything past them at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, here's one thing. Go ahead.
That's crazy to even think that the people that you're talking about, and I agree that it does definitely sound like a cult, but it sounds to me more like a criminal organization that the woman and her whole thing, they're scammers, straight up. They're scammers.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's a YouTuber. I don't think he was a scammer at one point, but somewhere along the line, he got involved with this person and started making money.
Yeah.
He kind of couldn't back out.
This is
I don't think he was a scammer before at all. I really don't.
Yeah, I think he got involved with her, and it was like, hey, this is a lucrative situation. This is benefiting me immensely. I'm just gonna go along with this from and ride with this bitch from here on out. And
I know.
That's exactly it.
And it kind of screwed him up now because he ruined whatever good reputation he had. He sounded like he had some kind of a decent reputation at one point.
Yeah.
And now, because he's involved with this person who had definitely not a good reputation, probably a very bad reputation. He's ruined his rep forever, but his people haven't caught up to this yet. They don't get it. They don't understand.
No.
Because like you said, they're older people, and they just see what they see on YouTube. They don't see what's going on behind the scenes. They don't know what this guy is doing on the side. They don't know what he's doing to your family. But
And they use the victimization thing. So in other words, like, you know, Ronnie, Indiana are helping homeless people. How can you, you know, he just really plays up that.
How can you
right, I
say
mean
bad things about us?
it's not hard to fool a certain demographic. I'll just say that. And and so
Probably.
and so you know, obviously he's found his niche now. And but now I think the problem now is he's gone too far with it. He
Yeah.
you said he's got an ego, and he's feeling himself a little too much
Oh God.
for an old
Dude,
man.
I'm be honest. I've never seen an ego like this.
It's pretty.
And my father, it was diagnosed as an absolute psychopath. No emotion, just a crazy high level of narcissism, a manipulator.
I can attest
This guy's
to that.
worse.
His dad was definitely
Yeah,
like
this
that,
guy's far worse.
and that's scary.
Wow.
That's
But I mean, maybe
scary.
he's far worse because there's more on the line. Like you said, he's found himself embroiled in this thing. He has to ride it till the wheels come off because of us. I mean, so that's part of it because he's trying to save face.
Yeah. He's trying to save face.
Yeah.
He wants to
So I
keep
mean,
he wants to keep his his followers enthralled with his
Yes.
he's so
mesmerizing
great.
them with his his brilliance or whatever.
Right.
And now he's doing he's going out and giving to the homeless and stuff with his son.
Yeah.
Because his son's was a junkie and he just got out of rehab, and it's like he started working with his son because his son had like a plug to the Knoxville
Homeless scene.
I'll call it, for lack of a better term. And so he's been trying to kind of do that on his own, but like his real success, despite the fact he says the opposite, his real success based on the analytics I've looked at is this, and even tangling with us, the engagement from that. And truth be told, I mean, it's just we also are stuck in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
We've met a lot of the victims. Some of them are very good people. It can't continue to go on because they will stop at nothing to keep this running. They'll stop at nothing to make it look good, to get rid of threats, to anyone who's a threat. They've tried to turn the entire world against the next door neighbor that just once went to the landowner and said, "Hey, dude, like,
I'm worried about this."
yeah, I think all these people have criminal backgrounds and stuff. I'm not digging this." And that guy went and told her about it, and it's been all out war on him.
Yep.
It's been like exposing him as putting cameras on them. He shoots on his property, so now they made a report saying that they were shooting at her. It's the total victim thing. I just wanted to say something very simple that'll probably get clipped into a short. Any other charity or company who's uh, any other charity or any company that should be taken seriously, if they were criticized by especially someone small like us,
Yeah.
why would they completely explode and basically declare war over some criticism?
Yeah. I mean, why
Yeah,
would you take
it
it
doesn't
to
make
the
it
level that you're taking it to?
Any entity who has any respect for themselves or who believes in what they're doing, or puts effort into how they're portrayed in public and is doing good works, at least in their own eyes, any of them would either not respond to
right.
such criticism or they'd make a small statement.
Right.
Right,
That's
right.
it.
And he
No, I
says
agree.
all the
I agree
time, we're
completely.
just some little YouTube channel and a little minivan musician and
Not
they're
worth their
nobody.
time. And,
Da, da, da. It's like, okay, so for such a waste of your time, why do you keep coming at us?
yeah,
Right.
And
go
why do
stay your
y'all
ass in
keep coming at
Tennessee.
us? Like all
Right.
of you, why are you coming at us?
And the other thing I wanted to say, just for the record, because I know that people who maybe are just coming across our channel um, would maybe see what he has to say and basically agree with him that we just are using his name, his channel for clicks and things like that. Number one, we don't care about that. But number two, more importantly, I want people to ask themselves, okay, so if any channel who's creating, they are, well, not any, most channels that are creating are doing so based on a topic that people are interested in. Okay.
Trending topic.
Right. So, I mean, it would be the same as saying those guys were nobody until they started talking about Donald Trump.
Right.
I mean, you are the thing. You are the topic of discussion. You are the one making yourself a public figure. There's something interesting going on, whether it's good or bad, and people are going to cover that. So, yeah, okay, there's traffic that comes from that. But in all honesty, looking at the analytics, it's traffic that's just interested in the situation.
Yeah.
Not so much his traffic, or else like
right.
They're probably sick and tired of the back and forth bullshit.
And that's why we were cool with doing this interview, is because we want people to know that this, if they come across our channel, we're not into the drama.
No, we don't want any of this. We've
No.
never wanted any of this. We've never done this in the past on our channel ever. We don't want to continue doing this. We have no intentions of continuing this. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare.
It really is. It's an absolute nightmare. You know, I think we've done okay.
It's beef that you guys don't want, and you weren't looking for it. Like I watch your channel sometimes, and it's like these topics or this topic was never part of anything that you guys were trying to do. Everything that you guys
we were
were
not
doing
trying to expose
was
anybody
100
ever.
degrees, 180 degrees opposite of what that dude is doing. And I know you guys have no interest in anything he's doing.
No.
And he probably never had any interest in what you were doing until
heck no.
until you guys exposed his situation. Now he's like, oh, you guys are using it for, to write off my coattails. It's like, come on, dude, really? Like, look at my channel. I have nothing to do with anything you're talking about. We're living in different decades, for one.
Yeah, that's true.
Your fan base is like, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, they're fossils like you. So it's like,
honestly, yeah, our demographics on who's watching the channel now, the average viewer is literally like 19 years older.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely correct. And the other thing, you'll understand this because you've always been, honestly, a great marketer, promoter. You understand this stuff. And all of the psychology that goes into it and everything as far as marketing and branding. When you have a YouTube channel or you're on any other platform like that, if you go far into something that does not fit what you normally do, that is not something that's going to be in the things you cover in the future, you are actually hurting yourself more than helping you.
Yes.
You're bringing a bunch of people over to you that are going to be dissatisfied with what you do next.
Yeah.
You're going to turn off the people that you have. Yeah. It's not good. Temporarily, you might get some views.
Or they'll hit the dislike button.
Right.
Just go away mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you come to us because we interview interesting people, and then all of a sudden we're just going back and forth with this other YouTuber. You're just gonna be like, "That's not what I wanted from here."
Like,
exactly.
Why was innocent and went to prison? Like,
that's the kind of stuff we do. Even Adam with his
story. You guys used to interview cool people and interesting stuff. You had a focus, like like what you were working on towards building your podcast in terms of interviewing interesting people.
Yes.
This thing is totally different from that. So for him to even say that, that you guys started this just to, ride off his coattails or whatever, it doesn't make any sense. It's absurd. Especially when
you're right. Thank you for saying that.
Especially when you look at the fact that, he's the one that is the aggressor in this whole situation. You guys didn't attack him. He attacked you. And then after he attacked Mike, then he attacked you and Danielle and then your family. Because he's the one who's escalating this. It's not
right. And
I know that part. So it's like,
you've probably seen that. Like, I mean, even when we quote unquote attack him or what he's critical of, all we've done is literally taken the statements that he said about the situation with the other woman that he made out to be a scammer. We've taken those clips and shown proof
that they're lies
of the opposite.
Yeah.
Just showing that, listen, this when it comes to this topic, this woman, this character assassination, just let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go. We just, we investigated it, like we said in the video, originally thinking that there was probably a lot of truth to what he was saying. Truth be told,
We found out that there wasn't.
we did, like I said, we did not know her at all.
No.
And we're not the type of people that are easily fooled by people and befriend people who are garbage. Like,
No.
honestly, like people who would do things like that. We have no interest in doing all that. And also, as far as our channel goes, yes, we are kind of stockpiling cool interviews, but all we ever want to do with this thing is, far in the future when we're able to, we want to travel and interview people where they are.
Yeah.
Do interview tours. And I don't think that a cult leader or anything like that would be anyone that we're trying to talk to,
No,
or a
we're trying to
YouTuber,
go visit
you
a
know,
cult
or a homeless camp, really, to be honest. Like,
No.
it's just not the thing. But I mean, back to the other thing, it's just there is something that people need to realize when it comes to dealing with these types of people is the leader is never going to be accountable to any authorities. Basically, their end is going to justify their means.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of audacity, I'll call it.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to say, why in the hell would they be that stupid to allow their PR to look that bad?
Right.
Like, how would they incriminate themselves like that? Because they think they've got this handled.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's because God is in their pocket, or maybe the legal system or the audience watching are in their pocket based on the sympathy. So basically they feel they can get away with anything they want. And also, like I said, when people start to ask questions from within or cause problems, they can get rid of them, and they have enough information they can twist about the person to destroy them. It's very similar.
Yeah.
They'll never be this elite at what they're doing, but it's like Scientology.
Yeah.
Similar to the character assassination and all that.
Yeah.
If you
Especially if you
criticize
leave or you criticize them or anything.
Where do you think this whole thing is going? Because I mean, it does seem to be escalating, and not really in a good. I mean, obviously, nobody even wants this drama, but I mean, it seems to be escalating, and they seem to be pushing this issue because of the investigation and the kind of being exposed. So they're kind of trying to like. It looks to me like they're trying to like ruin not just your channel, but like put pressure on you and your family to get you to stop or something. Is it like is is there a point in time where the pressure and the threats get to the point where you're just going to be like, okay, we're done? Or is there, do you have an end game for this? Or do you just not want to talk about that anymore?
What do you think? Let's see if we're seeing eye to eye in this.
Well,
I think we are.
We had an end game in mind anyway. And we're working on something. We've been working on something for a while, which is, why we haven't put a ton of videos out in the last month or so. We're working on a big project that we're gonna, put out soon. I don't know when, John, but soon.
Yeah, he keeps wanting to know when.
And once that is out and all of the videos are released that we have, I'm pretty much done at that point.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to really say. I feel like other people, when they see it, they can take what they want from it. I'm sure we'll still get torn apart. I'm sure we'll still get attacked. The threats and the escalation has reached a point already of no return. It has reached a point of like you cross the line where like it's really, really bad and really dangerous. So
yeah,
we're just trying to finish our project and keep, eye on the prize and be done after
yeah.
that.
The thing is it will screw with you. Being in a situation like this, if you're someone like me, particularly because I'm someone who comes from a place where you don't cross those lines, and horrible things happen to people for doing a lot less.
Yeah.
And
Way less.
coming from my particular place in life in the past, I've deprogrammed myself for the last many years, 15
Yeah.
years, whatever, to not be a certain type of person. I'm not advertising it to gain members or anything like that, but I found faith and I changed my life. But like I actually said on Facebook earlier, just the vent, there's a certain part of you that you can't change.
Yeah.
If
It's
you're
always there.
capable of certain things, you're always capable of certain things. The only difference is possibly you have shifted what you'll allow to push you to that level. I hate the person that they're bringing out of me. I don't want to have to take it to that level. Honestly, I'm going to tell y'all, believe in yourselves. Believe in what you've created, because if it's great, if you know what you're doing, just I'm just some guy.
We don't mean nothing.
We're just
some
a
little
couple who
YouTube
made an
channel.
observation. Who basically, it's kind of like we did a poor album review on you, and you got all these other people who are just going to be happy with the music you produce. So just roll with the punches. I mean, I'm not saying that in some way as like a plea to stop the drama. I'm just saying that if I were you, and this goes specifically to the enforcer in the situation, acting out violently and doing things like that will ruin your PR.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to help you, but it's going to ruin you. So all we planned on doing was creating one project that could, and basically wash our hands of it. So in other words, we have a lot of guilt after meeting these people and seeing what's being done to
Yeah.
where
You can't just walk away from them. Feel horrible. They
no.
don't deserve that.
See, no, and of course, the Sisters in Christ Hope Village themselves, they can't walk away from it because of the anger towards us.
Yeah.
We can't walk away from it for a different reason. Like she said,
No, these
it's
people deserve to know that they are worthy of being heard. Their stories matter. Their lives matter. That they're worthy of being believed.
and we saw what happened.
And that there's people that will believe them and that will take up for them, and that they're not just pieces of trash like they've made them out to be and made them feel
Right.
like. So.
And I mean, our whole thing was just to show people what's going on there. So that way, maybe a few less people get exploited.
Yeah.
Maybe a few less people out there who donate to causes will donate to a better one.
Yeah.
Far better one.
A real one.
Yeah, real one. And to be honest, that's really it. I mean, we can only do so much. Even if we had a channel with 1 million followers, it's almost like politics. People are still going to pretty much fall into their normal thought process,
Yeah,
their normal belief system.
Right.
They want to believe this thing, or they want to be skeptical of this thing. I will point out that, when an entire surrounding community is worried about a group there or a person, chances are they're not all just bad people that hate good people doing things.
Right.
There's probably a common thread that they're worried about and things like that. So we just wanted to get the word out there for those people so that, perhaps, at first it was just kind of like, all right, guys, don't portray this as a Helene camp, and also don't destroy a local business when they vocalize that they don't like what you're doing. Don't make
Yeah.
up stories about things they did, because those people with that business are amazingly good people.
They're some of the best people.
I was amazed when I met them again. Like,
yes.
the power of the internet, even for somebody like me who understands all this and has done like marketing and had to interpret this stuff for many, many years. Again, going into it, I basically thought that at the very least, some of those people at that business might have been a-holes. You know what I mean?
Exact
I kind of
opposite.
thought that maybe with Rosalie, who we defended, there was going to be a little bit of shady there. Do you know what I mean? And then even with Hope Village, it was kind of like, there's probably some good there.
Good. Yeah.
But no, we found that like our wildest imagination could not have thought that we'd find something like this.
No.
Truly, it's just
Oh.
we should have seen it with the isolation, putting people in the middle of nowhere.